Welcome into the Five Hole Fantasy Hockey Podcast. We are the fantasy hockey podcast that's holding pat at the trade deadline. Draft picks don't really go as far in the podcast world as one would think. We are your hosts tonight, Jay and Alan. Jay, what's going on? I am repping my Stadium Series Columbus Blue Jackets jersey tonight. What's going on in Yellowknife?
Well, I was gonna say too. I was like, sorry, any Devils fans. It was a harmless little joke over there, but so sorry for any individuals who followed. Alan and my, I guess, our advice over the weekend to castigate certain Devils to the wind.
So, yeah, we tried to say Nico Hischier was undroppable level depending on your roster. That doesn't hold anymore.
I hope they clear waivers is my big prayer, and we'll grab them back, and we hope for quick, speedy, rejuvenating recovery for Jack Hughes in the shoulder, and we hope other Devils shoulder the load. Man, we're even describing too. Was it Timo? Timo stonks up, maybe.
Timo stonks up. Hischier stonks up.
And
I think we in one ad drop we were like, yeah, Meyer and Hischier, yeah, fuck them, drop them.
Can't do it. No. They gotta do it now, and I am so sorry to any listeners that followed up on my lamentations, so to speak.
Hindsight is so 5 years ago, but let's get into your weekend preview. But first, some fucking news today. So first we're gonna go back a little bit. Some of these trades that have just come out. So obviously over the weekend it went down. Seth Jones was traded to the Panthers. Spencer Knight going the other way to the Blackhawks. They've now each kind of played a game with their respective teams. Knight stopped 41 of 42 shots in his first start against LA. And then in a strange turn of events, I don't know how long this will hold, or if this is the way the Panthers are going to do it. Seth Jones was on power play 2, not power play 1, after I foolishly dropped Ekblad, assuming stonks rock bottom. But that sucks. And then another trade to Florida earlier today, they acquired Vitek Vanacek from the Devils for some forward prospect. The name kind of looked familiar, but I don't think it's anyone of fantasy relevance. So even though, speculatively, so we got Vanacek going to the Panthers. Jay, if Knight was someone we picked up on back-to-backs for Florida, do we still feel that way about Vanacek?
I mean, the bigger question is what was the Vanacek ad solving in terms of, I guess,
so by trading Knight, they've kind of gotten rid of their goalie depth. They did call up Chris Drieger as backup for their game on Monday, but I don't know. I guess maybe Drieger's fallen a long way from when I remember the Battle of Florida playoff series where they tried 3 different goalies against Tampa and lost in 7. And Chris Drieger was a very good backup back then, and then went to Seattle, and he must have gotten bought out or something, but made his way back into Florida's system.
It does feel like Spencer Knight is the, I guess, not the loose cannon. Is that the risk, so to speak? Where
I don't know. So all right. So otherwise, the alternative was Mrazek. I know he's fallen off some this season. So I mean, if we were picking up Mrazek on good games, good starts, I mean, do we feel, again? I guess same question here. Do we like Spencer Knight for spot starts?
I mean, 41 of 42 against LA is kind of nuts, right? Yeah, like that's. At the same time,
sample size of 1.
Yeah, sample size of 1, but also confirmation that any team in Chicago. So, I mean, inversely, is that going to be true for Vanacek? I don't think so. But he's got 3 wins in the season. To put it for perspective for Vanacek, just laying it out there.
But that's the Sharks. It's the Sharks. And I think I saw he's only been pulled once this season. But that doesn't sound right.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I think as a serviceable backup, sure, yeah, Vanacek. He's got a much better defense in front of him now. Probably only going to play back to backs. I don't know. I don't know. Is Vanacek someone we're interested in if we were picking up Spencer Knight before?
I would certainly say so, at least for wins, right? Yahoo's got some fixing to do. I don't know why he's got 8 goals against in a 5-1 loss. Anyways,
Maybe he came in for Georgiev.
Yeah, but either way, like he can't let in 8 goals in a game that only had 5 in it. Like, yeah. I was like, what is going on in that? Anyways, Yahoo.
It's metric. Yeah. And then I forget when this trade happened, but Gustav Nyquist back to the Minnesota Wild for a 2026 second. Man, we can get more into that later, but we do have deployment for him. Now this one, I am just fucking over the moon over. It's like my birthday and Christmas and March wrapped in one. Oliver Bjorkstrand and Yanni Gord to Tampa for 2 first-rounders and Mikey Isamont. I will miss my Isamont. Like, I loved his scrappiness. But Gord, much better shutdown gritty player. Bjorkstrand, I'm especially excited for. Like, I remember his days in Columbus, was one of the few bona fide goal scorers. This solves like that middle 6 scoring winger I've been saying we need for a while. So I imagine even strength, he most likely plays with Hagel and Sorelli, 2 gritty guys who can get the puck to him to finish. And this is speculation. I see a path for it. Stamkos, we missed that shot from the circle this season on that power play. Stamkos is a right-handed shooter. So is Bjorkstrand. So I wonder, we'll probably find out tomorrow because it sounds like they're both going to play. I wonder if there's a road to power play 1 with Bjorkstrand. I don't, I think they put Hagel in that left circle, and he's not really known for being a finisher, a sniper, from a distance anyway. I see the road there. Do you have anything to add, Jay, other than effing Tampa's doing it again?
Well, I have to say, yeah, fucking Tampa. Damn it, they're doing it again first. But yeah, I'm looking at that lineup, and weren't the Bolts supposed to be the bygones? Like, this lineup looks way, way more dangerous than like I was approaching even like
than it was a week ago.
A week ago, yeah, for sure. But just the depth scoring, right? Like, not even the depth scoring, obviously just the top 6 scoring, how balanced it is. You got basically with 1 more goal from Gensel, you got 2 more goals onward from Nikita Kucherov. That's 4 30-goal scorers on the team, right? Like, this is, like Tampa, like, completely rebuilt Stamkos, like, and spread them out in different players.
Yeah.
And Kuch is still doing Kuch things on top.
He just doesn't have to do it for 25 plus minutes a night anymore, that's the thing I think I'm most excited about. Kuch might take a little bit of hit on time on ice, but whatever.
He can easily rack it back up. I
don't think it's going to be enough to keep him from finishing over 100 points. It's
the real dangerous question now is, so Toronto, Florida, and Tampa, it really looks like that bunch up at the top of the standings, whoever pips each other at the very top, I'm starting to think is good, because whoever misses out on the pip is going to have to look on the other end and be like, wait, I'm locked in the tiger with you. Like, I'm locked in the cage with the other tiger. Like, that's going to be, brutal. Brutal.
Toronto can play the Blue Jackets. It'll be all right. That worked out very well for you guys last time.
Oh, Lord goodness. Lord goodness.
And then one that happened like shortly before the show here, Tommy Novak and Luke Shen to the Penguins. And then going back to Nashville, you have Bunting and a 2026 fourth, not a big deal. And it's weird because Bunting, He's out after having an appendectomy at the moment. I'm not sure what that really does for Nashville other than just veteran presence. I don't Tommy Novak, I'm not seeing anything, but Luke Shen, I don't think he's going to finish the season in the Pens. I think they're flipping him. And then again, what makes him fantasy relevant is his riffs. So this is probably not a super huge fantasy relevant trade. I don't know. We always pump Luke Shen's tires, Jay. Do you have anything there? Like maybe some more insight into Novak or Bunting. I really don't think those are very fantasy relevant pieces.
Who won the trade or lost the trade, Alan? Like I'm just sitting there going, I don't know. Like if someone got a pick, yay,
right? Or I wonder if it's clearing some cap, maybe.
Yeah, was there cap that was opened up? Like I don't know.
And then I think the only it's not another. It's a trade that happened, not super fantasy relevant. Trent Frederick to the Oilers. Not really anything fantasy relevant to or from in that trade. Actually, I think Edmonton's not even sure if they're going to he's going to play this season or not with his injury. So it's like a low risk, high reward there.
So the Pens acquired Luke Shen?
We're still on this. Yeah, Luke Shen.
What? Wait, hold on a second.
That's what I'm saying, because there's been a lot of murmurs about, people are going to want to try to trade for both Shen brothers, catch them all. So I don't think, I don't think Luke Shen finishes the season in Pittsburgh. I think this is I'm buying the flip.
Because I'm thinking these two teams aren't these two of the oldest rosters in the dance? Like
that sounds right. And neither of them are playing for the cup. So
why are they trading other old guys to each other? Like, do they get bonuses kicked back from like number of trades dealt? Like what?
Or, no, Nashville's not going for anything. So it's like,
Pittsburgh
Bunting on older. LTIR.
I think Pittsburgh got older from this trade. And that I didn't know that was possible. Like, what? Anyway.
No, I thought Novak was super young.
Wait, hold up a second.
I think that's what Pittsburgh hangs on to is Novak.
Novak is super young. He's age 27. Oh, come on.
So
he's sure.
Peak. Yeah, so he doesn't fit any kind of window for them in real hockey. But Novak's not the fantasy relevant piece here. I think it's just Shen.
So, okay. Like, walk me through this a little bit, because you're telling me Crosby went one season from playing with Jake Gensel, and now he doesn't get like who is his winger? I need to know. Like
Ricky Rax.
Okay, I guess he's doing okay. But you can't just squish all scoring onto his line and then look down and be like, all right, oh shoot, Alan, I don't want to shit on any other player.
It's like, you can and you have to.
Like you look at line 2 and it's like, oh dear, there's Evgeny Malkin, great legendary Hall of Famer. Also, like, he's close to 40, right? Anthony Beauvillier, he's doing his best. And then Tomasino, come on, like that's
for the future trade. I feel like Tomasino is, I feel like he's another young piece that got moved over there, which is what Dubas is trying to kind of do, is get younger, get things for the future.
You just have to think that Crosby playing in that Team Canada moment, when he's playing with all those other stars, and then he goes on and he's like, he must be holding his iPad just like Batman is, in the meme, and just like staring at pictures of Gensel. That literally must be Crosby's nights in Pittsburgh.
It's you say that, but I think it was 32 Thoughts where they talked about like, man, is this going to cause Crosby to like come back and be like, yeah, let's sorry guys, I changed my mind. Let's pack my things and help me get out of here.
He's an all-time legend. He's got 3 cups to his name. He's got to want to add like, an extra 1 or 2 or something, like anyways, we're not going to, anyways, Tommy Novak and Luke Shen trades. Jeez.
Anyway, all right. So onward to injuries. Quinn Hughes day-to-day or out or something after tweaking something in Saturday's game. Updates were super fuzzy even today. I think it was like Talkit was like, it's kind of different from one day to the other. It's never the same. It's like, oh, okay, so like he could be out for the rest of the season. They just don't want to admit it. But don't hold me to that. So actually, you know what? Vancouver as a team we'll talk about later. So as far as replacements, we'll get into that. Brad Marchand declared week to week with an upper body injury. I know he was in a lot of trade rumors. It didn't sound like he was going to let himself be moved. But apparently, the only real change is Pavel Zacha moves up to line or power play 1. And I don't think there's much we can do there, Jay, because anyone probably, like, if you wanted Zacha from someone on Boston, like you had him already. I don't think he's someone that's widely available.
I mean, that team's well is their scoring kind of projects and looks similar, like in terms of like I guess like distribution to Tampa. The weird part is just everything's scaled down because like Tampa's like Cooch is crazy and everyone else is like still amazing. And then Pasta.
So it's kind of like the Pittsburgh Penguins. You have these old guys at the
yeah, they're doing amazing.
Now it has Tommy Novak and Luke Shen, by the way, in case you haven't mentioned it.
It's just horrific to see like Pavel, like Pasta's almost at 80 points. Like that is wow. You know, it's just incredible.
After his starts of the season, I remember there's a lot of buy low on Pasta, like the first third of the season.
But Pasta is almost at 80 and Zacha is almost at 40, right? Like that's the gap. They both play on line 1 power play 1, right? That's the average discrepancy you're seeing between, just Boston doing.
This is fine.
Yeah, this is fine. 100%. And I mean, I think in that division for some reason, like every team is alive with the exception of the Sabres, right? Like Boston's still 2 points out. 2 points out of a playoff spot. It's something ridiculous.
I know the East is this week, man. A lot of teams are going to have to go or get off the pot. Like there's too many teams, quote, still in contention. And I think that's what's holding up the works on a lot of these trades this season is there's a lot of teams in the mix. So it's like, well, how can we add by subtraction?
Yeah. Or like, what was the team that was trading away assets and then just stopped? Because actually, wasn't it Columbus? Columbus was thinking of, like after players were getting injured and hurt, you consider just kind of playing the young guys. And it turns out the young guys were amazing. just should have played them from the start.
But yeah, moving on. This is what Jay was alluding to earlier. Jack Hughes I kept checking all day. It only came out like early in the evening. Jack Hughes underwent shoulder surgery and is officially done for the season. And I feel like a lot of people's fantasy seasons are done too. Stick a fork in them. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Nico Hischier is going to be available. It sounds like Timo Meier, if you held out on him, he might be getting his flowers.
Oh, yeah. And guys, I'm going to say it again. This is from 2 seasons ago, 3 seasons ago. Like the biggest issue is what? It's the 2 guys that need the damn puck. And you're not going to give it to Timo when you got Jack on the team. But hey, guys, come on. It's tick, tick, tick. It's Swiss Timo time, bud. Let's go. I don't even have Timo stocks, Alan. I just had it seasons ago. Oh man, it was beautiful and glorious.
Sharks Timo was beautiful, especially in Bangs leagues,
especially in bangers.
But a good now for some positive news for the Blue Jackets. Igor Chinakhov played his first game since November 27th. Finally for the Stadium Series, I think. It looks like he will be line 2 power play 2. With Boone Jenner and Kent Johnson, who are no slouches themselves. I don't know. How do we probably in deeper leagues, Jay, would we suggest go out and grab Chinakhov?
Yeah, I mean, I just need to see some of the deployment as well, right? So I know power play 2, line 2.
He's a lock for top 6.
Like, what did he do yesterday? 3 hits, 2 shots, 13 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think he's got any points so far.
It's It's a deep cut for sure, is what I would say. It's a deep cut for sure. You're looking.
And it didn't help that one of those 2 games was freaking against Tampa
for sure
in a 6-2 trouncing.
Yeah, it was a bad first, like in terms of the score and the stat line and everything. Like obviously, it's not the game state where you're envisioning like Chinikov to have that opportunity to shine. If he's coming straight back, you're not going to play him in the garbage minutes and get him hurt in the garbage minutes too, right? So, at the same time, give him more run, give him more leg. But it really falls a bit to you can only have so many slots for the.
I was going to say maybe. So it sounds like maybe a streamer on a week where Columbus has a good schedule.
Incredible.
There we go.
Alan. Incredible breakdown.
So moving on.
Is that this week though? I was gonna say. I was like,
no, I don't think it's this week.
Yeah, I was like, is it next?
Yeah, because I think they play the Panthers tomorrow, and then I'm sure they have one more game this week.
So it is not this week, nor is it next week. And now we're gonna see if it's the ensuing week.
Maybe not for the rest of the season.
Maybe not the rest of the season, but just in case, it is not the week afterwards. So just deep cut, deep cut.
All right. So moving on to the weekend preview portion of the show. There's only one team this weekend that has the Thursday, Friday, Sunday. It's Winnipeg. And of course, I feel like this is a team where we have our usual suspects for streamers. To see Nemestikov, which still doesn't sound right. Cole Perfetti, Nino Niederreiter, even though he has been pointless in his last 7 games. But you know what? This, gambler's fallacy. This could be where he pops off for you, because that's what he does. I don't know. Anyone for you, Jay? I know we have like Adam Lowry is probably
Adam Lowry, yeah,
not
for
bad.
Sure. Everything else, like I don't know what he's doing necessarily, but let's see. So he's got.
They're top heavy, but they're not top heavy like the Pittsburgh Penguins now with Tommy Novak and Luke Shen.
Right. I try to look for other names too. Like you're gonna have to go deep cuts after the ones you mentioned too.
Yeah, I don't.
Mellow. I'm like,
nope.
Mason Appleton.
I would say, well, those guys maybe for riffs, but yeah, you're not defense scoring. You're not getting if you don't have Morrissey or Pionk. Forget it.
I was gonna say, they are riding his hamstrings to the ground, right? Like that just is how Winnipeg does. And I don't know if they're trying to break like President's Trophy records or whatever, because Winnipeg only seems to win. Like, oh my god.
Oh, you're talking Hellboy?
Well, I'm talking, Hellboy. He's the hamstrings I'm talking about. But
we'll see. I mean, we'll see if they have a fall off again this season. It just. I don't know. People think I'm crazy for thinking it, but it's just like you can't keep playing this guy like 60 plus games a season and expect any sort of postseason success.
If he goes all the way through the playoffs, right, and they play just let's say they go through 6-game series, just like as a baseline level, just 6-game series all the way through. This guy would have played like 100 games.
Yeah, between any sort of playoffs, the Four Nations tournament, like
It's actually nuts. It's actually nuts to like consider.
All right.
Sorry, not 100 games, but he played like 85 plus games. That means the guy's playing every 4 nights. Like, just pause and consider that goalies are doing insane shenanigans.
Yeah. They're out there for the 60 minutes.
You can't ride hamstrings like that. And he's done that like season in, season out. Anywho.
I don't know. Maybe they have better conditioning staff this year. We'll see.
At least it's not the Minnesota Wild medical staff. Sorry, Minnesota Wild.
Oh man, Jay with the dark humor tonight.
Oh boys. Okay, but Eric Comrie, maybe Eric Comrie for the Friday.
Oh yeah, for a spot start, absolutely,
for sure. Who are they facing on the Friday is really the question, though. Let's see. So they are going up against. The Devils, yeah, hell yeah, go get the Devils, yeah.
Maybe not if we're saying Timo to the moon. I don't know if we're like, yeah, Eric Comrie against the Devils, go for it.
Well, Timo could shoot 10 times. I'm not saying he's scoring all 10. Anyways, yeah.
Anyway, rather than individual Friday, Sunday, there were quite a few teams that have both. So that's what we'd go through. So Friday, Sundays, you have Anaheim first off, which widely available guys. Like the only real just go check of value would be Jackson Lacombe, their power play one defenseman. I got it pointed out to me earlier today that Leo Carlson, 11 points in 9 games, and he's only 11% owned.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I'm going to have to celebrate a bit of Frankie V, right? Like Frankie V, I completely go like, oh, last season's Frankie V is this season's, but Frank, like this season's Frankie V might be last season's Frankie V too, or last season's might be this season's too. He's got what, 36 points, 18 goals and assists apiece, just shots galore, almost 200 shots at this point in the season, right? Like this guy is Rifflands and...
But is he available?
Is
he on the market? Is he seeing anyone?
He is 69%.
Nice.
And yeah,
but probably not available.
Probably not available. Yeah. So Rodko, Big Daddy Gudis, I think is a solid.
I would say for your riffs, it's
37% owned. Yeah. Trouba, yeah, 36%. The other guy, the other True Daddy, so to speak. Yeah. A lot of good D options down in Anaheim. My goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess not just for points, but yeah, most of those guys are pretty widely available. Like
Troy Terry. Do we mention him?
Still the team leading scorer.
Which guy?
Troy Terry. I think he's still the leading scorer on the team.
Oh God, he's only got 45 points.
I know, which is sad.
He isn't the lead. Oh, he is. Oh
yeah. All right.
He's by far the leading scorer. Oh no, what is going on in Anna? Anyways,
Troy Terry. But we have other teams too here that are probably better. Minnesota, just go check on Zook. 52%. I may have talked a little too much shit on him, and he woke up after I dropped him, of course. He's got 4 points in his last 3. He has been demoted to line 2, but still getting power play 1, and it seems like that line 2 is clicking. So I'm also saying Frederick Gaudreau, not Fred or Freddie, Frederick with a K. He's only 1% owned. He's also got 4. He's got 4 in his last 4, and that was actually a promotion, I think, while Hartman was out on suspension. It definitely this team definitely looks a lot more streamable now. And we mentioned Gustav Nyquist back to the Minnesota Wild. It does look like, this may stick until Kaprizov, or if Kaprizov comes back. He is line 1, power play 1, 8% at this point in the season. Jay, is this a run don't walk?
Oh, look, geez, if we're going run don't walk, there's the other name too. 43% owned Marco Rossi, line 1, power play 1, 100% just go check 2.
There we go. I feel like his deployment's a little bit more legit. So yeah, I would say run don't walk for Rossi if he's available.
He's the goguy that is tailing after Boldy, going like, "Here's the puck, please score." Like that's his job basically, right? So, and actually, I'm not giving him enough credit. He scored the same number of times as Boldy. Boldy only has 2 more assists than him. Marco Rossi should be the immediate run don't walk.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I know Minnesota has a great schedule in a lot of formats.
Where is Minnesota getting the goals? Wait, if Matt Boldy and Marco Rossi are the top scorers, and they both have 53 and 51 points, and they've played 60-odd games, who in the world is scoring in Minnesota? Are they just not scoring? I guess they're just not scoring.
It feels like that's been the case. Well, it feels like, okay, not totally been the case, but maybe been a little bit of the case when Kaprizov went down, because it's like the offense flowed through him.
Kaprizov has 15 less games. Kaprizov has 25 less games than Rossi and 1 more point.
Ouch.
This is look, how are they getting the points? Are they just getting overtime losses?
I'm sure goaltending helps. They got some of their D back for a while, but
this is mind-blowing. Wow. I'm blown. Guys, if we're talking about top scorers, their top scorer has 7 more points. 7 more points
than
the Anaheim top scorers. Oh my God. Anyways.
Yeah, that team hurts without Kaprizov.
They need him back. They need
next team. Not much to stream from here. Pittsburgh. Malkin and Rust are both 42%. I know Malkin had that 4-point night recently, so it looks like a decent pace, but he hasn't done anything in that last 3. I don't know. Other than maybe power play 1 here and there, who knows what they're trying there on their power play this week. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not really, maybe Rust. I would say Rust is the pickup over Malkin, especially with Crosby access. And I know TJ gave a thumbs up on Rust for the moment on Sunday. I don't know. Anyone you think might be available from Pittsburgh that might be worth the ad?
I mean, they all have to touch Crosby, right? That's the big one. So let's look at the guys touching Crosby on line 1. You got it with Rust already because Raquel is so widely owned. Aside from that, you're looking at the other PP1 guys, and it's what, Carlson, 92%. Yeah, he's gonzo.
Yeah.
And who's the other one?
Letang and Kevin Hayes. They're giving him power play time.
Kevin Hayes is getting. It's kind of
not power play 1, right? It's got to be power play 2. There's no way. Because they keep trying this Letang and Carlson on the power play. So it's like, other than who are your 2 forwards other than Crosby?
I think Letang's PP2, which is disgusting.
Which that's been the case all season. It's it's Letang, it's Carlson, it's both at the same time. Giggity.
Yeah.
I would not. So it sounds like there's nothing here. Even though they now have Luke Shen and Tommy Novak.
You would not want to be on the end of like, I'm snagging Kevin Hayes, and then it happened to be the week where he just plays 11 minutes and no power play time. Don't burn your ads that way. Don't
do that. Vancouver looking a little better here. Even with JT Miller gone, I was told there would be scoring. But just go check on Filip Hronek. He's 41%. So I assumed that he would be power play 1 if Hughes is out. Just the heir apparent. But apparently yesterday they practiced with Tyler Myers on power play 1. I mean, if he holds that, he gets pretty good riffs, and then power play 1, and he's only 5%. So watch that. Don't run out and pick up Tyler Myers. I don't even know if I'd recommend running out and grabbing Hronek, but keep an eye on that situation. And you got Dakota Joshua, for some reason, is line 1 now. Bangs with a power forward. There we go. With bangs, and he scores on occasion.
And speaking of Canucks, I guess shout out to Jordan Lee in the chat, right? I guess Canucks fans.
He's booking that 3-point night for PD.
I was just gonna do a quick checkup to see where that one was going so far, and I was like, my screen is.
It's still the first, right? I don't think that game's gotten very far.
Yeah, I was gonna load having difficulty loading round on it. I was like, where?
They're warming up. It hasn't started.
Oh, yeah. Not even yet. Not even. Well, we'll see. Like, I mean, he's gotta have a lot of 3-point nights to make up for that.
To make up for, oh God, how insane would that be if he somehow bounces back, does like 3-4
back all the way? It's just like
comes back and finishes at like 90, 100 points.
Just like you doubted me. All I needed was JT Miller traded away, and I was fine.
An intense sports psychology.
I
don't know. Anyone else you're looking at there, Jay? I'd say this team's pretty streamable.
Yeah, I would say a lot of options, like, because even right now you're looking at Kiefer Sherwood, right? Like, just maintaining that insane hits production. Like, you're looking at some of the numbers, and it's getting too nutty. Like, is this? If I'm doing the napkin math right, is this 5 hits a night, Alan? Like, this is league winning. This is a Cats league anchor for.
Oh no! Well, especially if what we're talking about Myers, right?
No, Kiefer Sherwood, like 36% owns, and this dude is just.
If he can do something with Petey, hey, even better points.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I mean, that's the thing with Sherwood now too. Like, is he getting all these hits because he's not getting anything else? Like, he's line 4, no power play time. How could they do this to him? There's nobody else.
I don't know.
Jake DeBrusk as well. I was gonna say, like,
he's got to be just go check.
He's 36%, which I can't believe. Yeah. But the nutty part is he's line 3, but he gets power play 1. So it's kind of this weird.
Okay.
I don't know, inverse sort of setup where you're really hoping he does a lot when he's on that power play. I'm even seeing Pedersen on power play 2.
Ouch.
And I don't know where I stand on that one. I don't know if that means like,
are they double shifting him? Maybe.
I think they're double shifting Hughes.
Giving him on the eye. Yeah, they're triple shifting Hughes, and that's why he's out.
But I was wondering more. So there's the end where it's like, yikes, he's power play 2, or it's like, oh my God, Connor Garland, he's power play 2, but now gets access to PD. I don't know where I stand like that. I don't know, because truth be told, that team has struggled so much. I would almost prefer that team to be 10 points up or down either way, because sorry, Matt. Sorry, Matty. Don't quote me on that one. Just offending Devils fans.
No, he was the one that posted the meme in our like group chat that was like, you miss 100% of the shots you take.
Wait, what's it? It's 100%.
I thought I could have sworn that's what it was.
I thought it was you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
No,
Wait,
this is the PD version. It's you just miss them all.
I thought the joke was he just doesn't take shots. But yeah, okay. So the bigger issue I would have is like, if this team could just commit to tanking or commit to like, grinding it out and like being.
I mean, they're still in the hunt though. They're still in the hunt. Like you got to chase that playoff money.
Yeah.
Down to the wire.
You can't go like, guys, we're 2 points out, but like we really committed to tanking, so we're going to see. Like you can't do that.
But I don't know. If PD moves, I don't think it'll be before Friday.
No.
I think this is an off-season move.
Yeah. And I would say too, like, do you see potential for, let's say, Hito to grab a lot of minutes going forward? I know he's averaged only like.
I think so. Hopefully he doesn't take a knock to the head, but yeah, absolutely. Sure. And he's definitely line 2, but he's power play 1.
Yeah, for sure. I would give. Yeah, for sure. I would hope he's the pink sheet turned blue chip. That'd be what I'd hope.
Yeah, moving on here. Vegas, probably much less streamable. Just go check on Hannafin. I think he was only like 62%, and God, that's a team you absolutely want a piece of that power play on. But I'd say I don't know if he's available. Probably the only player you could really go for points wise, Dorofeyev, 31% on. He's still got that power play 1. 2 goals in his last 5. Those shots are there though. I still expect scoring from him. Jay, I think the only other thing here is we always pump their defense if you need riffs.
Yeah, the other guy I was gonna say is maybe like Brett Howden. I think I've like said his name a couple of times, but yeah, 5% owned, and he's just a solid category, coverage, right? So he's like almost 150, like literally 150, 150 in terms of his. Sorry, I'm reading the wrong one. Sorry. So in terms of shots, hits, blocks, he's like 100, 150. That's generally like his range. I think that's like solid production for a dude that does, pretty much line 3 things only. He's kind of in the same, like if you'd consider him, you'd also consider Keegan Colasar. I think then, I guess you could go further, like Ivan Barbashev too. That third line,
they're shuffling because I think even right now you got Sod. I saw was line 2 with Hurdle and Dorofeyev. I think it was.
They definitely have like that team has won the cup, obviously based on. I don't remember if they won on Cap Shenanigans or if they. Oh, they totally won on Cap Shenanigans. Yeah. Because Mark Stone, right? But it's a team that's designed to optimize playoff wise, right? And right now, the optimal thing for the playoffs is they want to get their line rotations out now. Realistically speaking, you are always going to be thrown into. Unfortunately, if you make a deep playoff run, I really don't think of teams going through all the way without like any injuries, right? You always have guys out, you have guys bumping through and everything. I think the fact that they're line 4 guys, right? Like Keegan Colasar has been stapled to the line 4, and now he's bumped up. And you could say it's because people are out. You could say they're shuffling lines, but for sure, that team is just balanced scoring aside from line one, right? Line one is kind of ridiculous. What's line one? It's Jack, Eichel,
and
Mark
Tanner Pearson
Stone.
right now. I say, yeah, I saw today it was like Eichel, Stone, Pearson. I'm like, okay, we're the 2014 Kings or something today.
I don't go. I don't think 0% Tanner Pearson is the play. I think he's 0% for a reason, for sure.
And I do like Frank's point here. I picked up Risto for a second as like a 50, because he currently has power play 1, and I mean, who knows what? I know he's good for some riffs, but yeah, well, he's got power play 1, even if it is Phillies. Always worth look this point in the season.
Who did he unseat? It's not Nick Sealer. Cam York, was that the guy?
It could have been. It's
a Drysdale.
It's a Tortorella team, so it could be Risto today, gone tomorrow.
Drysdale tomorrow, York the day after. Yeah, for sure.
And they could put a 5th forward in there and make it spicy.
Did the Rangers move off that yet, or no?
Oh, I think they did. I forget who they put there. It was not anyone.
I still see Braden Schneider without any power play minutes. How is this a thing?
No, there was some.
How is this a thing?
Some rookie or something.
Oh my goodness. Okay, wait. Let's see. So there's Trocheck, Miller, Panarin, Zibby, and Zach
Jones. Yes, that's who it was.
Who?
Wait, Zach Jones. Yeah. I'm sure he's like a call up or something at this point.
But he's got 2 assists the past 2 games.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
I don't think they're power play assists, but
no, they weren't. No.
The Rangers. Oh, that was another trade that happened. Ryan Lindgren got traded from the Rangers. I don't know. Now they're just they started with so many more names on that D line at the beginning of the season. Now I feel like half of it is just AHL like level guys.
Did we imagine Will Borgen on D1 there? Like, it
could have been. I think it was just the Adam Fox injury was super new, and I don't think we've really seen much.
But Keandre Miller, you'd imagine like he's the staple PP2 guy. Why in the world did they not move him just to power play 1? I don't know.
Only they still had like someone like Jacob Trouba.
Just the staple the D.
Oh well. Okay. Last team here for the weekend or the Friday Sunday. Just go check or Washington. Wow. Just go check on PLD. 56%, and the true Connor of the NHL, Connor McMichael, 52%. Only other person I can really think of that'd be easily accessible, Rasmus Sandin. Pretty solid riffs. Occasional point.
We're not preachers of Alexei Protas. He doesn't get any power play.
No power play time.
No. There's Andrew Mangiapane, although he
there
also
we go.
Gets.
Yeah, he's like a third line. He's like 11, 12 minutes a night.
Yeah. I guess the other play, depending on how available, it depends on your league as well, right? But it looks like Nick Dowd is getting a bunch of riffs, maybe too.
I like it. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Amon seems to really dig the jersey for sure. Do we want to pick up any of the questions in the?
Yeah, that's it for like kind of before we go into goalies, we answer I think it's just the one. Amon's also asking best rest of season 4th D man, Jersey, Riley, Vlasic or Burns. Actually, I did pick up Riley as like a 4th defenseman. Or not Riley, Vlasic. I
think Vlasic's the one with high upside.
Chicago,
right?
Vlasic. Well, now that he's power play 1 with Seth Jones gone, that does increase his value. And Burns, it does seem like Ghost Bear is for now power play 1 again.
It doesn't look like Vlasic does a lot peripherally though.
No. So like a Tyson Berry type character or Adam Fox. Like if he's not getting points, gets you nothing.
Adam Fox, I think, is a perfect analogy.
Yeah.
I think if I was to go, I interrupt you, Alan.
No, I feel like Burns at the bottom, then Dersey. So no riffs. So yeah, it's just straight scoring. Me, because some nights Toronto does 5 forwards.
Yeah.
I almost give Riley a slight edge over Vlasic, just because we don't know what Vlasic is going to do with the rest of the season.
It's a better team as well, right? In
yeah,
Toronto,
Riley's got the better team. Yeah, so I say Riley, Vlasic, Dersey, Burns.
Yeah, Riley. Unless there's another Riley, because I know Riley is RIE.
Oh, that's right, because there's the one in the Islanders, but I highly doubt he's talking about that guy if he's got these other scoring D.
Yeah, so if you're talking Toronto Riley, I probably would skew Toronto Riley. And
as much as I like Vlasic as a 4th D, I feel like if you get Riley. Someone's asking Jones's value in Florida. So I did kind of go over it real quick when we discussed that trade. It does look like Ekblad still had power play 1 for the game on Monday. I don't know if that's in Dynasty. Okay. So in Dynasty, I would say his value would go up because once Ekblad becomes UFA, odds are they won't keep him. So then that would open the path for Seth Jones. But I don't know what to think about Florida's power play anymore, because it seemed like they were giving every excuse to give that to someone else. And then they finally went Ekblad. He's been middling. So now it's just like, even though they got this shiny new toy, they're still sticking with Ekblad, at least for this game. But for Dynasty, I'd say, stonks up. He's on a better team.
Yeah, my main one would be I think his floor went up. Sorry, I think his floor went down and his ceiling went up.
Okay, I see it. I see it long term. Yeah, because if they don't, if they throw if they finally give to Gustav Forsling or something,
he's got more competition for power play 1 for sure now. But if he does secure power play 1 in Florida, that is a way higher power play 1 than the Chicago one.
Yeah, I'd say for the next 2-3 years, assuming Ekblad doesn't re-sign, I would say stonks up if they want to give him that power play 1. But we'll go into goalies now. So Friday, Saturday, there are 2 teams there. You got Chicago versus Utah at Nashville. Both those guys are going to be available. I would absolutely feel good about playing Spencer Knight against either one of those teams, or Soderblom. It looks like that's the tandem they're going to run with. I just saw another tweet while we were recording the show confirming it. It looks like they want to go with Knight, Soderblom. So Mrazek probably either going to the minors, or probably the more likely scenario, he gets traded before Friday.
Could see it.
And then St. Louis, they're at Anaheim, at LA. Hofer versus Anaheim. Yeah. I like that one.
I think of those 2. You'd have to think that the Chicago one has more, what do you call it?
More, better streamability for sure.
Yeah. Well, mainly, streamability, I guess, it's, for
both
sure.
Those, you're going to get either one of those guys.
Yeah. I was saying more the variants too would be Spencer Knight or Soderblom, they could both outplay the other to the point and just completely crash and take care of the crease. I'm assuming, right? It's possible.
We'll see. It sounds like we'll have our sample size of 2 either way after this weekend. But no, it sounds like it'll be more of a 50-50. So I don't know if either Knight would be worth rostering long term. But for spot start against either one of those, I'm good there. Saturday, Sunday, we got a few teams. So Dallas at Edmonton, at Vancouver. That's Casey DeSmith, I think.
Yeah, Casey DeSmith.
LA got versus St. Louis at LA, or not at Vegas. David Riddick. I don't know. I don't think I like either of those matchups.
Yeah.
They probably do Kemper at Vegas, leaving Seattle or St. Louis to Riddick, but I don't like that one.
Yeah.
St. Louis is suddenly now in the playoff picture, like from where they were at the start of the season. They are not mathematically eliminated.
No, they're not. I was gonna say too, like that Islanders game. The Islanders are an interesting one
at San Jose, at Anaheim. I forget who their backup is now because I think Varlamov is
gone.
Varlamov's gone.
Not gone.
Okay.
He's IR.
He's
IR.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's Holberg.
Oh, okay.
And now there's some dude called Skarik. Jakub Skarik. I'm
probably it could be
played 2 games.
Rookie
He's lost both of them.
But it is also the Islanders. I
mean, he lost horrifically.
Win them all for him.
5 goals against. Oh, he had a shutout in the other one, but they still lost 5-1 because he came in relief with 7 saves.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't. Maybe whoever their backups are.
Come on,
and that team could also look differently by Friday. So I don't know how I feel about saying like, yeah, this team still decent in front of that goalie, Stream, Hogberg, or the other guy.
If Sorokin wins and has a relatively easy night at San Jose and has a good night's rest at the hotel, he's playing both games.
Gotcha. Okay. I see a path to that. Especially if Varlamov is anywhere close to return. I forget what updates I've seen on him. The Rangers, they are at Ottawa versus Columbus. Jonathan Quick, man. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
I feel like he's almost not a must start, but like I feel like it's a good stream.
Against Ottawa or Columbus, I think it's a must start because those are those are not winnable, so to speak, but they are must win games.
That's right. Yeah. Second wild card right now for the Rangers. Philly versus Seattle versus Jersey. I'm not interested in either of their goalies, especially after Friday. Depending on who they move. Seattle at Philly at Washington. Grubauer did get called back up. That I would say start at your own risk.
No, don't do it.
He'd probably get Philly. I don't know. This even with the stint in the minors, I don't know if I trust him.
It's so brutal. Like there was a night where I just distinctly remember him getting the back-to-back start, and Joey was there, and you could see it. It was like goal 1, 2, 3, and everyone's like, guys, this is like 8 minutes into the first period. Are we going to pull him? And then very next shift, he lets in goal 4, and it was like, we are going to.
Sorry, Joey.
You're going right back in there.
So of those, it sounds like Quick is the winner.
Quick is the winner.
If you can fit him in. All right. So wrapping up here, next week prep. No one has Sunday, Monday, of course. Best schedules, Detroit and Utah. 4 games, 4 off nights. All right. 2 probably pretty streamable teams. Probably Detroit more so than Utah. You got Anaheim, Colorado, and Edmonton. 4 games, 3 off nights. Also very nice. Worst schedules, Calgary and Dallas only have 2 games apiece. And with that, or Popeye the Discord, even tag us using at FHFH. We'll be back this weekend with Sit Start Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern. Good night and good mental health, everyone.
We'll pick you up later. Shoot, we missed Frank's question.
Nuggets.